Hi Hugo Reed, welcome back. I'm sorry I missed you last week. I am ready for this week for a new book. Our word of the week this week is savor. See if you can find that one in the dictionary. And then my challenge is to think of a food you could savor. See if this week you can find an activity to savor. Maybe doing something creative. Maybe a sound to savor. So check that one out because it can apply to a lot of different things. All right, our book this week is My School is a Zoo. I thought since we are not going right now, this might be kind of a funny one. It was written by Stu Smith and it's illustrated by David Catrow. Here you go. This is about field trips. Remember field trips? We'll do those again next year. Yesterday's, let me move this so you can see a little bit better. Yesterday's trip to the zoo left me feeling rather strange. Like my life was somehow different or just about to change. Great pictures in this. Look, there's a giraffe waking him up in his bedroom. That would be shocking. My parents didn't look the same. I watched them snort and drool. My sister ate my homework. I'm glad it's time for school. That's a pretty crazy breakfast table. Oh, look, this little boy takes the school bus. As I climbed aboard the school bus, my heart began to race. The driver waved his hairy arms with banana on his face. Animals crammed in every seat. Where'd all the people go? There has to be an answer. I'll bet Mrs. Wright will know. Teachers always know, right? Oh, look what she sees. He sees when he gets here. I ran into my classroom, but my teacher wasn't there. I would have told the sub if she hadn't been a bear. There were beehives in my desk and lizards at my feet. The goat ate all my pencils. There were needles on my seat. Whew. Animals are everywhere. By the time I got to art class, there was nothing I could do. There were pythons on the ceiling, wreaking havoc with the glue. The computer lab was crazy. The mice were eating slugs. The computers didn't work on account of all the bugs. I tried to call for help, but a yak was on the phone. The principal was useless. He was gnawing on a bone. Oh, but here's something bad. Look, it says Mr. Deer. I think that was the name of the principal. That's not a deer, is it? Oh, I wonder what happened to the principal. The librarian caught me hiding and threw me quite a look. As I glanced around the room, I noticed worms in every book. Have you ever heard of a bookworm? There's a saying about bookworms. It's really about someone who just loves to read, but they're talking about real worms here. The lunchroom sure was crowded and the aides looked pretty mean. The lions and the wildebeest were causing quite a scene. The lobster in my lunchbox snapped its claws up in the air. A vulture watched me patiently so he could take his share. Oh dear, you see him with his lunchbox here? That little lobster's gonna get him. Looks like do you think that's a yak or a water buffalo that's on the other side of the little lunch serving thing? I think that's the aide they said was kind of scary. The turtles on the playground were spinning down the slide while the hyenas laughed in chorus as the hippo took a ride. Music class was noisy. A penguin led our band. The ostrich missed his cue and the monkey smashed his hand. Oh wow, that's a crazy day at school, isn't it? I was feeling kind of nauseous, so I went to see the nurse. But judging by her awful fangs, I thought she'd make things worse. Look what the sign on the wall says. Please give blood today. Do you think you'd want to go see a bat with big fangs with that on the wall? I don't think so. Aren't you glad our nurses are nice? There were starfish on my papers, and a beaver cleaned the boards. The seal clapped 2 erasers while the fox gave out awards. Look, that fox has an award. It says first best costume. The bus ride home was dreadful. The skunks made quite a stink. Did the zoo trip cause this mess? I closed my eyes to think. The next thing that I knew, the driver tapped my hand. Things seemed back to normal with my sister eating sand. He got back home. His sister doesn't look like a koala anymore, so that's good. I sure hope that our next trip to the dinosaur display won't have the same effect as the zoo trip did today. But that could never happen. The dinosaurs are gone. At least I think they are. Then again, I could be wrong. So that was a pretty silly one. I hope your school at home is not that crazy today with animals all over. I'm going to do one more nonfiction book, so if you want to tune back in, I'll see you in a little bit. Good to see everybody. I missed your smiles. Bye.